Weather can affect mental health and so does climate change. So, what is weather? Well, this is a very common question that everyone knows about. Weather is a state of atmosphere that includes temperature, atmospheric pressure, wind, humidity, precipitation, and cloud coverage of a particular place at a particular time. Basically, it is influenced by latitude, altitude, or local or regional geography. Now, what is mood? So, mood can be defined as a relatively stable and affective state of mind as positive or negative. In contrast to emotions or feelings, mood is less specific, less intense, and temporary. Here, unlike emotions, which tends to be stronger and more specific, mood is more general. And people usually talk about being in a good mood or a bad mood. Well, there are many different factors that influence mood and lead to our positive and negative effects, and that usually influenced by means that usually include stress, fatigue, social interaction, weather, world event, body hormones, hunger, and general health. You see, mood can significantly impact different aspects of our life, like how we think, how we feel, and behave, and these shows impact on our motivational level, decision making, our relationship, and how we interact with others. Now, what are the impacts of daily weather changes on our mood? Now, if you tell me what is the first thing that we used to do in morning after we wake up. Usually, people open the curtains of the window or look outside or open the doors and stand in balcony or veranda to know how's the weather today. Now, there's a saying that the way you experience the social world is your mood, and the one thing that affects your mood is weather. Like now, summer is going on, so one fine day you wake up in the morning and open the curtains and see a hot, shining sun on your face. So, what will be your reaction then? Oof, what a hot day! You may feel exhausted. And similarly, on the other day, you open the curtains and feel cool, chilly breeze on your face, and weather is cloudy and cool, and most probably to rain. Automatically, you will smile. So, tell me, what's the weather like today? And how are you feeling right now? Are you craving for something or wanting to do something? You see, of course, our relation with the environment is not so simple as warm is bad or cool is good. Because if you live in a mountain area or snowy area, a clear sky with warm weather could offer a nice change of pace. Likewise, hot, humid day of summer could feel downright miserable if you walk out to work. So, personal references also have much to do with how weather affects us. Because according to some researchers, people tend to fall in one of four categories like summer lovers, summer haters, rain haters, and the unaffected. As I said, summer lovers, the one whose mood improves in warm and sunny weather. Summer haters, just like me, whose mood decline in warm and sunny weather. And the rain haters whose mood decline in rainy days, and the one unaffected, the people who don't get affected by any weather change. But you know what? Moreover, frequent weather changes can result in a much higher level of psychological distress. While hot weather can cause people to be more aggressive and anxious, low temperature can actually make people feel depressed. While we can't control the weather, we can learn how weather affects and how climate might affect us, and also gain knowledge on how to cope with it, its negative effect on our mental health and well-being. Coming to my next point, what is climate? It's the overall average weather at a place over a period of time. You know, there is a big difference between weather and climate. That weather refers to a short term state of atmosphere and climate refers to a long term pattern. Now, what happens when climate change? So, before knowing this, let's understand climate change. Climate change refers to a long term shift in temperature and weather patterns. This could be a change in how much rain a place gets usually in a year. These shifts may be natural, but since 1800s, human activities have been the main driver for climate change, and primarily due to the burning of fossil fuels, which produce heat trapping gases. And also, the industrialization, fuel based transportation, deforestation, and rampant constructions are also the major contributors. Climate change threatens people with the increased flooding, extreme heat, increased food and water scarcity, and more diseases and economic loss. Over the last few years, there have been several stories about how extreme weather events like unexpected rainfall or usually high temperature have disrupted normal life in India. And there is also a constant reminder that more of such can be expected with each passing year. Global Climate Risk Index 2021 had ranked India the seventh in the list of most affected countries in terms of exposure to climate change. And today, if I ask youngsters what they are most concerned about future, there's a probability that they will point to climate change, and in fact 75% of people will say future is just frightening. Sometimes in our life we all must have experienced eco anxiety, means a chronic fear of environmental doom. you know it's just the beginning, and the way in which the effect of global warming can harm our mental health. And nowadays the news reports from APA, like American Psychological Association, had found a link between climate change and serious mental health concerns ranging from depression and post traumatic stress disorder to schizophrenia. Now, if I speak about the general impact of climate change on lifestyle, then in recent year we all had seen shifting weather patterns that threaten food production, to rising sea levels that increase the risk of flooding, or it is increasing the intensity of forest fires, reducing vegetation, degrading natural habitats. Climate change also making cyclone more intense, resulting in the loss of life or property, and heat increasing day by day and resulting in drought. According to news reports, next 5 years are going to be more hottest.